Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Annie Schwartz, and I am with Argo Life, and this is our corporate training on Thursdays. I want to let you know just a little bit about me. My background is in business, and I've always owned my own business. I was in the entertainment industry for over 35 years, and I owned a talent agency and had a great time doing that. I retired about 3.5 years ago. I have been in the network marketing world. I had one experience that lasted about 8 years, and it was a pretty good experience. I learned a lot, and I was very grateful to be able to have the experience. Um, and uh, and now that I am here at Argo Life, I am thrilled to be able to not only build a business here, but help a lot of other people do the same thing. And so our training tonight, I'm very excited about it because it's going to be about building your business and really looking on looking to planning out what it is that you really want to do, whatever it is that you want to do. So, but the first thing I always do when I start any kind of a meeting is I talk about my gratitude. And so today I'm just incredibly thankful and grateful to not only be here with you, but that I get to actually be here with you, that I have the ability and the freedom to be able to have time to focus in on the things that I feel that I'm most passionate about. And so here I am with you today, and I feel very grateful to be here. I do want to give a few reminders before we get started about our calls every week. I think that we call them calls, but they're mostly Zooms. We have a Zoom on Monday, which is our corporate update Zoom. And if you haven't tuned into that, that's something you definitely want to put on your calendar and maybe remind yourself on your phone to tune in. That's where you hear about everything that's going on with the company worldwide, and it's a great Zoom to be on. The other Zooms that we have are on Wednesdays with Dr. Don Copeland, who is the person that created our products. And I think it's just an amazing Zoom to be able to share with not only marketing partners, but customers and people that might have an interest in learning a little bit about the product. And then, of course, tonight we do our Thursday corporate training. There's always a great topic. Sometimes we have guest speakers, and it's a great way to kind of get plugged into your business and really train with other people. And then on Sundays, we have an Ignite Corporate opportunity call. And what that is it's about a 15-minute phone call where you can actually share this phone number and access code with your friends or people that might have an interest in hearing a little bit about the business opportunity or about the product. And it's a very quick call, but it's got a lot of information in it. And it's been a really, really great tool for people to just share the information. And one that I really, really recommend we all plug into. The next thing I want to say is that if you want to stay connected and reminded, you definitely want to text the word climb to 801-845-3586. And you will get a text message reminding you of the day's calls or Zooms. And then probably around 30 minutes before the Zoom, you'll get another text which will remind you of those calls. And so I think it's really important when you get started and when you get somebody else started that that we make sure that we give them this information so that if they have the time and they have the interest, that they can tune into these different calls and Zooms that we have to benefit our field. So my whole thing with business has always been, planning. I'm a business plan type of a person, and my business plan, of course, is always changing. As an entrepreneur, I'm always trying to, sort of look at the future and see what works, see what doesn't work. But I always have to sort of ask myself questions. And right around this time of the year in November, I start to do business planning on where I want to be in the next year. I start now because I know that my efforts for now is going to show up in January, February, and March. And what I do today is definitely going to result in great things in the next, 30 to 60 to 90 days. So the questions that I ask myself in a business plan is, where does my revenue come from? Where was I happy with my income this year? What what are my resources, my revenue resources for 2020? Who are the people that have been, really great at referring people to me, or allowing me to be free about talking about what I do? Who are my influencers? Do I constantly, open myself up to other business owners and tell them what I'm up to and tell them what I'm doing, or friends or family or associates? How do people relate to what I'm doing? So, I'm a realtor right now as well. And Argo Life is another business that I'm doing. And so, it's a good question, how people relate to what you do, and how do they accept what you do, and how can you create more revenue for the future. So that's really, for my business plan, in the way I look at it is, I really want to sort of give myself some key activities that I can do to not only increase my business, but to help other people do the same thing. So I look for resources. So my revenue model for generating revenues is to really look at how I live. So what are my expenses? What are my fixed costs? What are my variable costs? What do I need to really survive in business? As a realtor, it's very different than in a business like Argo Life, because you don't have a lot of expenses with Argo Life. It's a business that you basically do as you walk through the day. And that's what the beauty of that is, that you can do this business as you do life. And so I don't really incur expenses with Argo, but I have to put into my life, well, what does that mean? What do I need? Do I need to attend certain things? Do I need to be part of the chamber? Do I need to get in networking groups? What are my costs really? What about product? Do I need to have product on board? Things like that. And then really, I like to always put a number on what I want to be making. What is it? Where's my number? What is it that I really want to make? And how am I going to get there? How am I going to get to where I want to go? What did I do before? What do I need to change to move forward? And am I investing in myself? Am I doing personal development? Am I looking to other people that may be, stronger, or have more, information or knowledge that I could learn from them in whatever it is that I'm doing? And I want to invest in myself. I want to invest time into learning and being open to being more aware of maybe how do I look to other people? How do they view me? And I want maybe a workout partner, somebody that's willing to give me some constructive criticism and look at how it is that I am, perceived out there in the marketplace. And so part of, in any business, when you're an entrepreneur, when you're doing a business, is your mental toughness. It's, how you stay in the game. How do you keep yourself, active? Because there's lots of discouragement along the way when we are trying to do something, and especially something new that we're maybe not that, a lot of times people get into a brand new business and they don't really know how to start. They don't know how to get there. They don't know what they're supposed to do. And so, you can get discouraged very, very, very quickly. And so what am I doing to surround myself with, keeping my mind strong? Do I have a workout partner that I can, bounce things off of, so I don't feel like, oh, I'm defeated today if somebody isn't, interested in my product or interested in talking to me? Whatever that is. So I surround myself with, quality affirmations. I surround myself with good books to read on things that are, important, and that are important to what I'm trying to do in life. Okay. And one of the things I'm very well aware of is that not every day is a perfect day in business. Not every day is a successful day in business. But if you're consistent and you're persistent and you don't give up, you'll see that the activities that you're doing over and over and over again, it doesn't seem necessarily in the moment that that's doing anything for you, but really long term, those are the things when you can stay strong and you stay very, with your mental toughness, and you really are working at that. So you're working on that personal part of you to really build that strength of your mental toughness. In business, it's critical. It's critical as an entrepreneur, because there's so many times that people can get in the way of what you're trying to do. Family can do that, great friends can do that, and people you don't even know could say one thing and it could take you out of the game. So the idea is that when we come together like this on a Thursday to train together, we're rebuilding our toughness, we're rebuilding our development personally and professionally, and we're trying to learn from each other on how to do better, basically, how to do the things we want to do that we're most passionate about, and stay in the game. So in business planning, for me, it's always about really identifying, what my objectives are. So, a lot of times people talk about doing vision statements and writing down what their goals and their dreams are, and being very specific where they want to be, maybe in 5 years, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is. And really trying to answer these questions to yourself, so that, because at the end of the day, you're the one who looks in the mirror. No matter what you say to people or whatever, in your heart where you want to be, what you want to do. So when you identify that, when you write it down, when you read it every day, when you look at it, it's just really incredible what happens. A lot of times people do dream boards and they put pictures on those dream boards. And I have to tell you, I am a proponent of that. Every year that I do a dream board, I can't even believe by the end of the year how many things on that dream board has either been accomplished, or I'm on the verge of accomplishing, or I'm still dreaming about or dreaming bigger about. So it's really important to determine what your objectives are, and really imagine where you want to be, and be descriptive, and really look at what is it that you want to do, and how do you want to do it, and where do you want to be, and who do you want to be with, and all those things. So basically, a business plan is a written description of your business future, right? A document that tells you what you plan to do on how you plan to do it. So over here, for my business future, I plan to make 20% more income in 2020. I plan to create strategic business relationships that would provide new influential people to refer my services. One of the things that I know about that particular statement is that every single person that I know, I want to be a raving fan. I want them to be a raving fan, not only about, who I am as a human being, but I want them to be a raving fan on what it is that I'm doing. Okay. That I want them to say, if they bring up my name, oh, that Annie Schwartz, she's really a great networker. She's really a great realtor. You definitely want to do business with her. You can trust her. She's really fun. Whatever it is, I want people out there to be a raving fan of mine. So who do I know in my life, in business relationships, that can really become my raving fans, and build those relationships to not only help them, but reciprocal, having them help me. Following up, okay, who are my influencers? Who are the people that I need to speak to on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis, a yearly basis? I read a great book about how to really, dissect your calendar in who you're trying to stay connected with. And being connected on a consistent basis is great for business. There are some people that you might want to talk to on a daily basis. Most people I like to talk to on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. And then there's some people that are on a quarterly basis sometimes, that show up in my calendar. It's like, oh, just happened to me the other day where there was this girl that I had lunch with like 4 months ago. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's been about 4 months. I really want to connect and catch up and find out what she's up to. So, partnering with other people is really, really effective, because a lot of people out there, whether they do what you do or they do something else, partnering up with another influencer or somebody else in business is great, because you meet a lot of new people. And meeting new people builds not only relationships, but it builds your business, and it builds your referral basis. So it's good to really identify who those influencers are that you might want to partner up with, and do some things with them, lunches, breakfast, maybe do some networking parties, whatever it is, just to kind of get your name out there and let people know what it is that you're doing. And then planning your plan, reviewing your plan quarterly, As I said, I'm always reworking things. If things don't work, I want to try something better, maybe go back to basics. Sometimes you do something really, really well, and it actually is successful, and then you forget about what you did to get there. So, you do these daily activities, and all of a sudden you're really busy and your business is booming, and then you stop doing what you did to get there. And it's like, why did you do that? So you got to constantly kind of go back and look at what happened. How did I start doing that kind of business? What was it? Was it my energy? Was it my enthusiasm? Was it my persistence? Was it my consistency? What happened? And so it's a good way to do that. I have a Fortune 14 every Sunday. I write down all the names of people that I want to connect with during the week, and I expose them to what it is that I'm doing. I call it my Fortune 14 because it's 2 people a day basically that I can call. I sort of map it out, and I like to, either call, text, arrange a breakfast, a coffee, somehow connect in some way, and expose them to what it is that I'm up to, whether it's real estate or Argo Life or both. It's a way for me to consciously know who I'm going to contact. So I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about, okay, what do I have going on this week, and who can I connect with just to say hi and really let them hear my voice, and I'll hear their voice. And I will tell you, this Fortune 14 for me has been, because it's been an amazing tool, and it's been an amazing business builder, because what it forces me to do is follow up. It forces me to go back to the people that I've spoken to 2, 3, 4 times until I make a plan or give them information or let them know what it is that I'm up to. So in our business plan for Argo Life, the first thing that we want to help people do when we get started is we want to help people get their customers. So the Fortune 14 is a great way to do that, right? You make a list of people that that you think might want to hear about what you're doing. And when you bring on somebody into your business, this is what you want to help them do very quickly. One of the things that I love about Argo Life is that because we have these unique products, it's very simple to really say to somebody, look, I could talk to you about the business all day long, and I want you to be part of it, but I want you to try this product. I want you to be passionate about this product. And if you want to become a marketing partner, if you want to do business with me, let's think about who your first 3 customers are. Because the reason why I want to do that is because I want you to benefit from this comp plan. I want you to get the best out of it that you possibly can. So I want to be a great sponsor to you by having you think about, hey, who do I know that might benefit from this the way I'm benefiting from it? So that's getting activated, okay? You want to do that first. You want to make sure you do that as quickly as you can, getting your first 3. The reason why you do that is because you're really benefiting from the comp plan. You're getting your first 3 customers. You're getting acquainted with our system, and it just makes sense. And that's what you want to duplicate. And then, of course, the next thing you want to do is duplicate what you did. You want to find some people that maybe do want to be a marketing partner because they love the product so much, or maybe they just like business, or maybe they're an entrepreneur and they want to give it a try. And it's your job as a sponsor to really give them the confidence and give them, the partnership, and help them to achieve the best that they can, if they're willing, if they want to. It's not something you ever want to pressure anybody to do, but I can tell you that if you're honest with people and you say, look, I know how this works. I know how to make you your money back quickly. I know how to get you started. I know how I can build your belief on this business model. And because of that, I want you to do the best you can. So let's think about who might your first 3 customers be. Let's think about that first, and then we'll go to the next step. And as you can see here, as you duplicate just what you did, you duplicate that 3 times, just what you did, great things happen, right? And you can do that very quickly. You can, in 30, 60, 90 days, do what's called a fast start in this company. And very quickly, you can not only earn your investment back, but you can earn way more, and then you will have built a team. If you see here on this slide of the fast starts, you've got quite a few people in your business. You've got a lot of customers and you've got marketing partners. And so the way I look at it is kind of like, this is the plan. So if you've got a total of 13 marketing partners, and in the best case scenario, each marketing partner has their 3 customers, and all of them are on an auto delivery. All your marketing partners and all those customers are on an auto delivery. You've got 13 marketing partners and 39 customers, okay? And that qualifying volume is 7,020. That isn't even including customers getting customers, which we know is part of this program. Your customers can get customers and earn free product. When you're doing that business and duplicating that business, you can see here how this duplication creates a rank advancement, it creates income, it creates momentum, it creates a lot of synergy, a lot of happiness, and it's a simple duplication. It's not a difficult one. It's just basically, hey, let's think of 3 people that you might want to have as a customer, and let's think of 3 people that might want to do the business, and we have a plan to show you how to duplicate that process. So all of these steps is the system of success, right? We talked about activity. If you're constantly, consistently, persistently doing these activities, you're going to have these things happen, and you want to have the plan in front of you so you know that when you do these activities, you can really show people, hey, I've got a system for success. This is as simple as it is. I meet up with my friends. I tell them about these great products. I let them try the product. If they decide they'd like to be a customer, that's awesome. They can earn free product. If they decide they want to maybe upgrade to a marketing partner, I can show them how I did it very simply, and we can run through the plan together. And all of these things here on the climb are very simple things to plug into for success in that climb. So I want to tell you that events are really important. And we have 2 events that are coming up this weekend and next weekend in the United States. And what's great about these events and what's great about this for your business is that when you can bring a bunch of people together for the same thing, that, they're learning about the same thing. There's a lot of energy in the room. There's a lot of excitement in the room. You've got the founders of the company, you've got the creator of the product, and you're now building a business of just a lot of synergy, okay? And people love to go to fun events. And so we've got one coming up this weekend here in Arizona. And I say here, I'm not in Arizona, I'm in Southern California, but in Arizona, you're gonna have Adam Basgard, who's our CEO, and Dr. Don Copeland. And you as a marketing partner, if you know people in that area or you happen to be in that area, you can invite them and let the person know there that's hosting this, that your person is coming, and they will make sure that they are treated with just lots of love and have a lot of fun. And then over here in Indiana, we've got our president, Jim DeVille, and again, Dr. Copeland going there the following weekend. And so these events are super duper important. And what we have here is we have a incredible leadership that is willing, that if we put together events, that we can bring a bunch of people together to hear about what it is that we're doing, they're willing to come out and really help us to build that business. So, when you have that kind of support in a business, it's critical, and it's rare. It's rare that you have, owners or leaders in companies where they're willing to sort of really help you to achieve your goal of building a business. So I say that to you so that if anybody knows anybody in either Arizona or next weekend in Indiana, if you would like to go there, or you would like to send somebody there, please know that these are events that are open and they're happening all over. And if you have an event that you want to do, get to your sponsor, or send in a request into support, and let people know what it is you're doing so we can get it on the calendar and we can start attending these events and get people to go to these events. And one of the things, and the reason why I do business planning and the reason why it's important to me, is because when you have incentives like this that the company puts in front of you, you don't want to be the only one on the ship. You want to bring everybody with you. And so the whole idea behind training and coming together and, really working towards the same goals is to have the tools in a business plan to really get there. So Argo Life is providing an incredible incentive trip that's happening next year. And what that means to all of us is that we want to hit any of these ranks by January 31st, and then 2 more times before April 30th, to be able to go to this incredible trip together. And you can see here that these are the different ranks and what you get on the ship. So my whole idea for you is to really look at your business model, look at your business plan, talk with the people around you, come together and decide who really wants to go on this trip. Because if you do, we've got a plan on how to get you there. And we just kind of went over the plan, and it's not a hard one. It's just a simple plan of duplication and really, basically mapping out the people that are interested in doing it with you and helping them to duplicate a very simple system. So anyway, that is our training for tonight. I want to open it up for anybody to ask any questions. If they have any, I'm happy to answer anybody, or if anybody has any comments, just unmute yourself. Nobody has any questions?
No, but I want to tell you, you did an outstanding job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I don't even think did I record it? Oh, I think I did. Hi, Dave Larson. Thank you
Hi.
for saying that. Does anyone else have any comments or questions? Well, I really appreciate everybody joining in tonight, and I hope that you are looking at your plan and developing your plan and seeking out your plan, and we're all going to be on that boat together. So I will talk to you all later, and I'll see you next week on the Zoom.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you.
Thank you.